Coming up on Nac Edition, Parents' Day has arrived, and students are excited to see their loved ones come out to see SFA's campus. This bilingual cooking class has Nacogdoches talking, and one organization has asked you to donate your genes. Stay tuned. This is Nac Edition. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jennifer Magruder. A la noche cenamos. Translation, dinner tonight. The Junie B. McDonald Library in Nacogdoches hosted a bilingual cooking class in celebration of Mexico's Independence Day. Residents of Nacogdoches joined in by preparing tasty and healthy Mexican-themed dishes. These dishes are taught by Claudine Jones from Texas A&M Agricultural Extension Office. She specializes in teaching others how to prepare healthy versions of your favorite Mexican dishes. Anyone wishing to learn more about the various events happening at the library can visit their website or check them out on their Facebook page. This past weekend, Parents' Day here at SFA, and the Lumberjacks are happy to have their parents in town. Parents were greeted at the check-in and where they were welcomed in the Grand Ballroom by SFA's President Baker Patillo. And after that, academic fairs and other activities were offered to the students and their parents. All in all, it was a great weekend. College-age students are least known to have the most presence in the voters' booth, says Audra. Audra Bridges has more with those details.
The U.S. Census Bureau reports that college-age voters have consistently showed the least amount of presence on voting day than any other age group in every presidential election since 1962. Stephen F. Austin State University is trying to change that this time around. This month, all over campus, several different organizations have set up booths where students can come and register to vote.
And you fill this form out. It takes maybe 2 minutes, and I'm here to make sure you don't mess up or anything. And then I go and I turn it into the county annex right down the road.
When it comes to actual voting day, you can go to the Church of Christ on North Street to vote.
Just go in, you vote. It's super easy. There's instructions and everything. They explain it for you. They make it really, really easy and understandable.
The presidential election is scheduled for November 8th, so make sure you make it out to the polls.
Every Wednesday between 11 and 12, the Young Republicans are right inside these doors helping people register to vote. Help end the stigma that millennials are apathetic to their government. With Nac Edition, I'm Audra Bridges.
Students, it's time for you to donate your denim. The Fashion Merchandise students of SFA has asked all students attending to donate their denim for the annual Blue Jeans Go project. Leaders of the Fashion Merchandise Club has worked together each semester, bringing in record-breaking numbers each time. Fashion Merchandise instructor and advisor over the club, Jamie Cupid, says that all the denim collected are solely collected by students. Cupid says she just sits back and watches the students work.
They are enrolled in a course that I teach, and so it's kind of filtered in as a component of the course, and then the students have to plan, they have to collect denim, they're in charge of every aspect of promoting it, all of our events. I'm just, again, facilitating them doing it.
Basically, we're doing a denim drive where we've teamed up with Cotton Incorporated, and what we do is we're going to collect denim. It can be ripped denim, like colored denim, bedazzled denim, and they just take the denim and they upcycle it. And what they do with it is they break it down so they just have the cotton fibers and they turn it into insulation for homes. So it's a little bit more environmentally friendly.
Yeah, and it's donated to Habitats for Humanity, and they do the whole process to turn it into insulation.
The next time the club will be on the plaza in front of the Student Center will be October 4th from 11 to 12. They take any type of denim, so make sure to check them out. If you appreciate art, then you're going to love this. Our reporter Nadia Alhano went out to see the first art exhibit of the school year held by SFA's Griffith Gallery.
31st, the Stephen F. Austin State University School of Art presented its first exhibit of the 2016-2017 academic year, with Christopher Troutman's drawing a narrative. His artwork depicts scenes in the urban lifestyle and illustrates storytelling in an unusual perspective.
I really liked it. It was a lot of metro pieces taking place mostly in the city. So it was more along the lines of a heavily human populated area, which I found really cool.
Troutman, who was born in Kansas City, Missouri, earned his MFA in drawing and painting at California State University. He now lives in Beaumont, where he teaches drawing at Lamar University. His artwork expresses figures and their interaction with their environments and is inspired by personal narrative.
Based on like blues, whites, and blacks, and mainly on charcoal. And it seems really cool that he used charcoal compared to what most other people use. And like nowadays you see a lot of people using like oil paints and all of that, but he's stuck with like the actual stuff that makes it look really neat in my opinion.
Troutman has also had exhibits in Japan and at several locations in the U.S. He was recently awarded the grand prize at the 66th Miyanchi Sugoi Art Exhibition in Japan. His technique with charcoal is absolutely incredible and redefines abstract art. Admission to the exhibit is completely free and located in the Griffith Fine Arts Gallery, room 208. The gallery hours are from 12:30 to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Friday. Everyone is encouraged to attend the wonderful exhibit, which will be open until October 14th. Presented by the School of Art here at the Drawing and Narrative exhibit by Christopher Troutman with Nac Edition, I'm Nadia Lahana.
Fall is coming, and you know what that means. Back to school. While going off to school can be an exciting time, it also needs to be a time of consideration. The American Health Association conducted a study on the specific cause and mortality rates of college students aged 18 to 24 who attend a four-year university. They based their research on over 1.3 million students questioned at 157 universities in America. The top three causes of death per 100,000 students is as followed. Suicide, 6.18%. Alcohol-related traffic deaths, 3.37%. And unknown cause, 3%. Before this study done by the AHA, it assumed that alcohol-related injuries were the most common reasons for death rather than suicide. Did you know that 1 in every 3 Americans will be affected by suicide in their lifetime, and suicide is 100% preventable? If universities started educating their students on suicide prevention, then they can bring down the mortality rates for college-aged Americans. Become a gatekeeper today. Help prevent suicide tomorrow. Go to qprinstitute.com to learn more or call 1-800-273-TALK. When we come back, we'll dive right into the art exhibit that has all the students in the art department talking, or the faculty team, more about the new student organization on campus, and learn how to protect yourself from on-campus attacks. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Nac Edition. The annual facility art exhibit is underway at the Cole Art Center, with artists from all over showcasing their talents. Reporter Alexis Willis with who will be the faces behind the work.
Around the Stephen F. Austin State, many of the talent lies within the College of Fine Arts. Many successful artists that stem from this department include opera singer Jill Grow, Oscar and Grammy Award-winning songwriter Will Jennings, and recent graduate and magazine photographer Jocelyn Stevens. But tonight, SFA takes a moment by acknowledging those who helped shape these young artists, the faculty. The Cole Art Center kicked off the semester by hosting SFA's School of Art annual faculty exhibition. Artists from all over the department, including a separate show by Assistant Professor of Sculpture and Drawing, Jeffrey Bruin, is now on display for the Nac Edition community. When asked what was the influence behind the collection, he was very eager to respond.
When I get my hands on you means a lot of different things, like when I get my hands on you or when I get my hands on you, a loving sort of thing. So it's kind of a broad, it's about love. If you read the artist statement, this whole exhibition is about different types of love, from, unrequited love to passionate love to grandmother's love, all sorts of things.
Other faculty members were also featured in the venue, such as artist and new visiting professor of drawing, Wesley Bird. His very bold piece covers almost one entire wall in the Cole Art Center and has many of the viewers taken away. He says his inspiration for the work was simple: nature.
I really like working with charcoal. Most of my work is drawing. I like it's sort of an earthy material. It's like kind of working with dirt really, and I like trying to create a large piece that has a certain amount of sophistication to it, even though it's working with this kind of material that's really of the earth. So I like kind of making this sort of sleek-looking drawing, but using this really earthy material.
SFA hosts this annual exhibit that the community looks forward to each year at the beginning of the fall semester. Students, residents, and other faculty members show their support and appreciation for the work and are very impressed with their colleagues' talent.
I like Jeff's stuff because it's like a combination of fun and serious, and then seeing all the pieces together along with some of the stories, it gives you more depth to what you might see on the surface.
To check out more of the artist's work, make sure to come to the Cole Art Center located in downtown Nacogdoches. The work will be on display until October 15th. For more information, make sure to visit them at www.art.sfasu.edu. With Nac Edition, I'm Alexis Willis.
The Stephen F. Austin Police Department offers rape aggression defense or RAD for short courses free of charge for women over the ages of 12. Sergeant Amanda Kennedy is one of the instructors and says that this can benefit both physically and mentally.
This class will, help you get prepared, make you realize to be more aware of your surroundings, walking with confidence, making eye contact, and just, looking like you're paying attention to what's going on around you. A lot of times will deter a situation.
For more information about the RAD program, visit the UPD's website. Freshmen, are you looking for a fun new way to express yourself and make new friends? Then look no further. Here is Anna Jefferson with more on the First Year Photo Project.
First Year Photo Project is an opportunity for freshmen to connect and share their experiences through photography. Each week, the students are given a topic, and before the next meeting, they have to go take a picture that conveys that topic. Each meeting begins with an icebreaker game to get the students relaxed and comfortable with one another. This past week's topic was fear. While some students were afraid of spiders and snakes, failure in their classes, and getting behind on their readings in their classes, other students were afraid of math, locking their keys in their car, and balconies.
What I like about the First Year Photo Project meetings are that Miss Emily allows us to express ourselves through photos.
It allows us to connect with a lot of people since the topics make us go out and show our environment in SFA in our first year, and I like that I make new friends here.
First Year Photo Project meetings are held every Tuesday from 4 to 5 in room 201 of the Student Center on the second floor. For Nac Edition, I'm Anna Jefferson.
And for more information, search the group on Facebook, SFA First Year Photo Project 2016. Student Association held a laser tag event on Thursday, September 22nd in the Grand Ballroom located in the Baker-Patillo Student Center, where SFA students gathered and signed release forms entering the Grand Ballroom to begin the game. The exams and papers of the semester have begun, so this event was a good way for SFA students to de-stress and have some fun. SFA held inflatables for the laser tag team, and students were able to form teams to bring out their competitive side. The organization works hard to bring events to the SFA community and enlighten and entertain. The laser tag instructors were able to present the students safety tips before the game. If students are interested in events like this one, stay connected with the Student Activities Association because it was definitely a lot of fun for everyone that attended. When we return, we'll catch up with Stephen with the upcoming weather forecast.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Steven Serkwitz, and here's your daily weather. If we look over here at the East Coast, specifically in the Northeast, we have temperatures in the low 50s. It's 51 in Augusta. If we move further south, you see that it's in the mid to high 60s. And if you look over here, more by Washington and in the Midwestern region, we see a small cluster of rain. This rain will be moving east. This one will go off, but this one right here by Chicago will be making its way in New York and Washington about the late evening. If we move further south, we see the temperatures rise. It's 73 in Atlanta, and we move to the over by Florida, we see temperatures in the mid 80s. If we move further west, we have temperatures again in the mid 80s in New Orleans. We move up in the Midwest, and we have temperatures in the mid 60s. Over here in the plains, it's low 50s. And move further south into Texas, it's mid 60s to low 70s. Further in the western region, temperatures range from the low 50s to the low 60s. We have 60 in Denver, 63 in Albuquerque. Move over to Phoenix, 77, and again, another eastern bound rain cluster. Move further north, it's up in the Pacific Northwest, it's mid to high 50s, and on the west coast, it's 58 in San Francisco and 72 in Los Angeles. Now let's take a look at our Texas weather. All right, as you can see over here, it's more cloudy in eastern part of Texas, and then it gets sunny as you go west. We have 64 in Dallas, and we move further south, and temperatures range from the low to mid 70s. It's sunny in San Antonio. And we move further west, we had 63 in Amarillo, 64 in Midland, 64 in Marta, and over here in El Paso, it's a cloudy day, so it'll be 73. Now let's take a look at our local forecast. All right, as you can see, the temperatures are mostly in the 70s today. We got 70 in Longview. Move further south, it's 71 in Tyler and Jacksonville. It moves over to the 60s in Palestine. Further south, it ranges about 72, 73 in Nacogdoches and Lufkin. Over in the eastern part, it's 72 in San Augustine, 76 in Jasper, and 69 in Woodville. Now let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. All right, as you can see, we have a pretty week this week for the weekend. It sort of dips in the middle. We have a high of 88 today, low of 60, with a percentage of chance of rain at 0% all the way until Saturday, which is pretty nice. We have winds at west to northwest at 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow will be a high of 81, low of 53, winds northeast at 10 miles per hour. Move over to Friday, it's about the same temperature. The only exception is that we have a low of 52. Winds will be north 5 miles per hour. On Saturday, we have the temperature starts rising again. It will be a high of 86 with a low of 56. And the winds will be northeast at 3 miles per hour. And finally, on Sunday, the temperatures rise again, and we have a high of 88, low of 59. Chance of rain rises to 10%. Winds east-southeast at 4 miles per hour. When we come back from the break, we will have Kirby with sports. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Nac Edition. I'm Kirby Hildebrand with your sports update. We begin with SFA volleyball, wherein last week the Lady Jacks played 2 big matches against Baylor and Southland rival Sam Houston. The match against Baylor was the first time the Bears had been to Nacogdoches since 1994, and Shelton Gym was packed. The Lady Bears quickly went up 2-0 before the Lady Jacks were able to get one back as the Bears got sloppy and committed 7 attack errors in the third set, as many as they committed in the first 2 sets combined. In the fourth set, the Jacks looked poised to force a 5th set, but the Bears were able to secure the win behind junior Katie Stager, who finished the match with an astronomical 24 kills. The Lady Jacks then took on rival Sam Houston on Saturday and made quick work of the Bearcats, sweeping them in 3 sets. The Lady Jacks will be in action next on September 29th against McNeese. That game can be seen on ESPN3. Moving across campus to Homer Bryce Stadium, the Lumberjacks took on Abilene Christian Saturday night in the penultimate game before the Battle of the Piney Woods. The Jacks' first 2 drives stalled before Hunter Taylor was inserted into the QB position. On Taylor's first drive, he went 6 of 7 for 65 yards and a touchdown. The Jacks would score 3 more times in the first half to take a 28-7 lead into halftime. The second half opened with 10 SFA points and then would prove to be a bit tougher as ACU figured out their offense and scored 28 unanswered points, bringing it to a one-possession game. The Jacks were able to answer with a Storm Ruiz field goal, resulting in what would be the final score of 41-30. ACU had a chance to score late, but Price Miller was able to grab an interception, securing the game for the Jacks. Despite not starting, Hunter Taylor finished the game 31 of 46 with 376 yards and 4 touchdowns. Starter Zach Conk was only able to complete 2 of his 10 passes. The Jacks are on a 5-year losing streak in the Battle of the Piney Woods. AJ Vitti has more about the 91st matchup between the Jacks and the Bearcats.
The Battle of Piney Woods game will take place this Saturday. Stephen F. Austin enters with a 3-1 overall record and a 2-0 record in conference. Sam Houston State enters with a 3-0 record and remains undefeated in conference play. They resume the 4th oldest active rivalry in the state of Texas, as the longtime rivals meet up for the 91st time in the annual Battle of the Piney Woods at NRG Stadium in Houston. The Lumberjacks are looking to snap a 5-game losing streak to the Bearcats. Coach Conk is looking for his first victory over Sam Houston. Lumberjacks senior quarterback Hunter Taylor will start the game after being the backup all season until the recent stellar performances in his past 2 games. Jeremiah Briscoe will lead the Bearcats on Saturday, entering play throwing over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns already early on in the season. Sam Houston enters the game with an average of 51 points per game, which leads the Southland Conference. The Lumberjacks enter the game with more passing yards than the Bearcats, but that's about it.
The Lumberjacks need to bring their A game if they want to win. Could this be the year when the Lumberjacks finally defeat the Bearcats? We'll have to wait and find out. With Nac Edition, I'm AJ Vitti. Back to you, Kirby.
For ticket information, please visit sfajacks.com or call 936-468-JACK. The ticket office will have extended hours this week just for this game. Jumping across campus again lands us in the William R. Johnson Coliseum, where I was able to talk with men's basketball coach Kyle Keller about the recent schedule release. The Jacks will open the season with an exhibition in Nacogdoches before traveling to Lexington to take on the Kentucky Wildcats in their off-season opener. Coach Keller, having come from Texas A&M, faced the Wildcats 3 times last year and looked for this matchup to be something the Jacks can grow on.
But it'll be something that hopefully our guys can draw on as we move forward and hopefully make the NCAA tournament later in the year. But, it's a great challenge for us, and it'll test us to have tight huddles and for us to be one heartbeat, and that's why we wanted to do it. And they have a new team just like us. We have a new team. Neither of us will know who we are. We won't be anything like we are on November 11th like we will be in the 1st of March.
Keller also mentioned that while the team hasn't talked much about the upcoming tournament being held in Hawaii, he did say it will be a challenging matchup and that he has not cut the team any breaks this offseason because of the high expectations of SFA basketball. Keller also mentioned that the UAB game in Nacogdoches will most likely be their toughest home matchup.
But with 4 teams that have won 27 games from last year, we know how challenging that is. I haven't done our team any breaks at all. I haven't given them, we put the pressure on them from day one, and which is good. That's the way it should be here. The expectations at SFA are really high, and they should be. Well, I look at our schedule, and I don't know if there's anybody on there that's not any good. I mean, UAB won 26 or 27 games last year, and they returned, 4 starters, and they come in here. The Coliseum hopefully will be just jam-packed.
SFA opens their schedule on the road at Kentucky on November 11th, and their first home game will be November 17th at 11 a.m. against Longwood in the ESPN 24-hour tip-off marathon. The Jacks will travel to Hawaii to compete in the ESPN Diamond Head Classic to close out their non-conference schedule. Again, for ticket information, please visit sfajacks.com. That's going to do it for sports this week. Back over to Jennifer, who has some big news about a former Lumberjack superstar.
Thanks, Kirby. And former Lumberjack Thomas Walkup is headed to the Windy City. Walkup has signed a contract with the Chicago Bulls. Walkup will now know by October 24th if he makes the regular season roster. Good luck, Thomas Walkup. Ax him. And thank you for tuning in. See you next time on another edition of Nac Edition.